and we're going to be lighting the big chalice with Eric's help. Let us come into a calm, clear place where we can relinquish our clutter and relax from busyness into being, where we can breathe in peace and center ourselves in love. Our first reading this evening is by Stephanie Noble. Do not be afraid of the darkness. Dark is the rich, fertile earth that cradles the seed, nourishing growth. Dark is the soft night that cradles us to rest. Only in darkness can stars shine across the vastness of space. Only in darkness is the moon's dance so clear. There is mystery woven in the dark, quiet hours. There is magic in the darkness. Do not be afraid. We are born of this magic. It fills our dreams that root, unravel, and reweave themselves in the shelter of the deep, dark night. The dark has its own hue, its own resonance, its own breath. It fills our soul, not with despair, but with promise. Dark is the gestation of our deep and knowing self. Dark is the cave where we rest and renew our souls. We are born of the darkness, and each night we return to the deep, moist womb of our beginnings. Do not be afraid of the darkness, for in that depth of that very darkness comes a first glimpse of our own light, the pure inner light of love and knowing, and it glows and glows, and as it does, the darkness recedes. As we shed our light, we shed our fear and revel in the wonder of all that is revealed. So do not rush the coming of the sun. Celebrate the darkness here and now. that everything around us is changing all at once. We don't do grief well as a society. We might lose someone or something that is important to us, precious to us. Grief can include things like death, job loss, an important role, illness, changes in our abilities, divorce, moving, ending a relationship, and so many more things, large and small. With loss, we might have seen it coming, or it can hit us seemingly out of the blue. We might be struggling, not noticing how we're always exhausted, that we've gained weight, or we're forgetting to eat, that we haven't spent any time with friends in longer than we care to remember, or we're having trouble sleeping, or we're sleeping all the time. We're stressed, or we're cranky, or we can't stop crying. Our finances can be a mess. We might not be setting boundaries, or not caring for our body. The dishes might pile up, or the laundry. Perhaps we're not getting adequate rest, or we're even having medical issues. Grief can give us a kind of tunnel vision, and it might be hard to think of anything else. Admitting how bad things are might be one of the hardest parts. Whether someone else draws your attention to it, or you realize all of a sudden, I haven't been doing so well. Something's going to have to change because you're the only you that you've got. We only get one body, standard issued, at the beginning. We don't have a spare lying around. I don't mean the bare minimum of, okay, I'll make sure I get 4 hours of sleep tonight. I mean really caring for ourselves. Making sure you had something to eat today. I mean really noticing I need to do something that refreshes me. Because it is only by caring for this human form that we are given that we can properly care for the people around us. And one of these things has to come before the other. If it doesn't, someone's going to pay the price, and it's probably you. And nobody needs to sacrifice themselves. You are a human being with inherent worth and dignity, equally as much as anyone else on the planet. You are worthy and you deserve care from yourself as well as from others. As the poet Max Ehrman says, you are a child of the universe no less than the trees and the stars, and you have a right to be here. So tonight, in holy semi-darkness, we are going to contemplate the losses in our lives, whatever they may be, and hold them in our hearts, and then we're going to write them on a leaf. Yes, a real leaf. And we're going to release it out there into that fire. And we're going to burn it, and it's going to go away. We're going to transform it into ashes. And maybe we can also do a little letting go in here. This is a communal ritual, and it is also solitary. Communal in that if you want to let other people know what you're letting go of, you may certainly share that. And if it's better to keep that private, that's okay too. It's all in whatever you need. So we're going to take a few moments to hold sacred these changes in our lives. Our time together will be a chance for us to release what we want to leave in the past. We do this as a community, as a part of our promise to walk together through all of life's joys and sorrows in the tangled blessing of it all. I'd like to share a story with you from Zen Buddhism. An older monk and a younger monk were traveling together. At one two monks glanced at one another because they had taken vows to never touch a woman. And then, without a word, the older monk picked her up and carried her across the river, placed her gently on the other side, and she continued on her way. The younger monk couldn't believe what just happened. After rejoining his companion on their journey, he was speechless. An hour passed without a single word between them. 2 more hours passed. Then 3. Finally, the younger monk could no longer contain himself any longer, and he blurted out, "As monks, we are not permitted to touch a woman. How could you touch her to carry her across the river?" The older monk looked at him a long time, and he replied, "Brother, I set her down on the other side of the river. Why are you still carrying her?" This simple Zen story has a message about being alive in the present moment. When painful things happen, sometimes we might get a little stuck, unsure of what to do next. Has something like that ever happened to you? If you are like me, you might sometimes turn things over and over in your mind. Feelings might overwhelm us, and we don't know how to let those go. But maybe we can choose to let things go if we put them down when they don't serve us. We can consider what might be the next right thing. Sometimes that might just be getting out of bed. We don't know. Grief is a heavy, heavy thing for us. But whatever it is, the next right thing can help us get to some measure of peace. We all have things that we have been carrying that we wish we could set down. Stories that feel heavy, things that weigh us down and get in the way of truly moving forward. Feelings we've been holding on to, maybe some resentment that we wish we could release. What I want to do now is invite all of us to take a moment to just pay attention to our bodies, to listen to what's going on inside, to our lived experiences. What feeling is in there? Is there a deeper layer to it? As you feel yourself in your body, in this human form we are given, what is something that you might be ready to set down? Loss, sadness, grief, and pain. Maybe something about which you've asked yourself, or others have asked you, why are you still carrying that? And when you feel that clarity, we're going to pass around this tray of leaves. And I ask you, if you want to, this is all voluntary, to write it down. Nobody needs to see it except you and the universe, unless you want to share. We'll take a few minutes now for reflection and writing. ready, I invite you now to go with me. We're going to file slowly out, and we're going to take our gaze towards the chalice. If it's something you're not comfortable with, I'm happy to put them on the fire for you. So we're going to burn these. And as it goes, feel yourself making this choice. Feel the weight of what has been holding you back in your body and your spirit, and feel yourself letting it go. Let us take this next step forward into the rest of our lives. Be kind to yourself, because grief is hard. It is hard work. It is in caring for ourselves that we can also care for other people, right? We can't do one without the other. We are just now letting go of something that no longer serves us in our current life. And as we do so, we are held in this spiritual community. You are a miracle. You are a precious, pulsating, beautiful, miraculous, phenomenal human being. You are valuable, you are loved, and I am deeply glad that you are here. You are a blessing. We will now extinguish our chalice, and we have closing words and a benediction. Our closing words this evening are a reading adapted from Reverend Gretchen Haley. If you had the chance to start again, to make your life from scratch, to decide what sort of person you would be, who you would love, and how you would spend the content of your days, your hours, what songs would you sing to yourself or with others? What prayers would you let fall from your lips urgently and with praise, mercy, or hope? What blessings would you name and share with strangers and friends? If you could now take that first step, what journey would you begin across deserts or mountains? Or would you take to the sky, which is vast and filled with light? What work would you take? What mischief would you make with boldness and bravery? What failure would you embrace? And what would you release? And where, in the end, would you return and call home? In this time, as day turns to night, no magic wishing or wondering is required, for such a chance is always available, as with the in and out of our breath, to begin now, to live like we mean it, to see with new eyes the life that is already and always available, to respond to this gift with wonder and gratitude, to join in this partnership, to tend to this flame, even when it breaks our heart, to keep showing up, to go with courage into this gentle eve. unknown and generative. Darkness is unpredictable, limitless possibility. We are in the habit of learning to fear our potential. But imagine embracing rest and dreams. We learned early to believe in the whiteness of certain magic and light and the blackness of certain arts and hearts. Confronted with the sky and its stars, I must reject this entire premise. Remind me, siblings, to unlearn these bad habits and accept the gifts I have been given. Darkness is free and abundant. There is joy in unfurling from the shadows we were made in. We need only close our eyes to go home. This concludes our sermon.
Turn it off.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.